This is Dead Center's Plat 1 Thrall vs. Hogger. Heard me talk about taking the level 1 talents to do work on Hogger and decided to try it myself. Awesome. Rolling out on a wolf. Wearing some classic Thrall getup. And we can even see what you like heart in here. And get a preview at your build. Looks like you're already ready to rock. Plat 1. With Blaze, Orphea, Anna. That wasn't me being confused. I forgot the name for a hot second. And Li Ming. Oh, wow. They're going to be hammering this bottom in a weird way. Orphea actually fires decently. You know, it'll actually be decently frequent. But then there's a Valera? Gross. Okay, so before we even get into this, my very first thought, of course, is, oh, Valera. Oh, look at her. She's already there. Dead Center doesn't know this. But yeah, all our thoughts right now are on Valera and how she's going to ruin our good time. However, Lucio AoEs into double mage, actually, this, and heal denial of sorts. This might go okay. There is a Diablo for the Blaze, so he's in a little bit of trouble of getting body blocked and unable to get out. But this will look pretty good. I mean, if Valera is so busy trying to take care of us, I think this should be fine. Let's get back to Dead Center's view. Of which he is not yet aware of the Valera sitting in his top lane. Oh, but look at this. Good job, Dead Center. Sitting behind the wall, knowing there's a Valera over there. Not going to take a chance. And welcome to the Elder God. How you doing? Just nano me. And I swear it will be gross. Luckily, oh, that was actually a really good hit. He'll be fine. Nice. That was pretty good on the enemy side. My guess would be a skilled Valera would see that and notice some mistakes were made, but you got out. Though there is very little reason for you to be there, but who am I to say? Because, you know, the game's going, it's a video game, you want to hit the things. Now we can assume Valera's probably still in the area. We can use our magical powers to check that out. No, she's actually rotating down, but you don't know this. So we'll continue to think with caution in mind. You used your well. Hogger engages in a decently raged Hog Wild. Cool. So first little thing right there, of course, is that you didn't put the lightning on him before you auto-attacked him. So for 8 seconds after hitting an enemy here with Chain Lightning, Thrall's next basic attack against them grants a stack of Frostwolf Resilience. Really nice. If the target is enemy hero, then he also deals damage to them equal to 3% of their max health. Oh, here's Valera again. Oh, wow, you even got body blocked on that, and you're going to be just fine. Look at you go. But you are forced to Hearth. Cool. So there is a little bit of rhythm here that you can play around. As we read here, if it's a hero, it gains a mark on them that will be removed for 3% of their max health and healing for the same amount. But it also grants stacks of Frostwolf Resilience on the targets it bounces to, even if they're not heroes. So you can kind of lightning the lane here. And I get why you did that. Let's talk about that real fast. So you wolf the lane, which is great. I'm all for it, particularly when we get to level 7, because it's going to give you a bunch of Frostwolf Resilience that you can then cash in for points and various things like that. However, right now, you could lightning the lane and get 3? How many bounces are we at this level? 3. So you get 3, or you just use the wolf for probably about 5 hits, but we don't have a level 7 talent anyway, so the wolf probably wasn't essential, and we can still chain lightning the Hogger or the hero, hit them, and then see where that bounces to, and then get healed up off those other hits in a sense, because we're going to trigger more Frostwolf Resilience. We will not, however, of course, get the 3% their max health to healing for us. Li Ming misclicked. Oh, she's afraid of you.
You earned that talent.
Okay. You're actually doing pretty well. Oh, the lane collapse in your favor there, too. So that was likely Hogger Camp, and he has shown that he is willing to use the wall up there. So you're a little scared. Nice job, nice job. Got a well again, no problem. Bottom should be holding pretty well since Valyra, of course, is not down there. So you right now have shown that you want to put your entire Wind Fury into the enemy. I think that's fine. You're not really having any problems right now with that. You're standing a little bit in that fire bat or the Hellion splash, but not really a big deal. Taking care of the lane. See, so yeah, so here's our little shiny marks. You can see them right here. So the main thing I want to see right now is hit the hero for the healing, and then hit the minions nearby for stacks. Again, not terribly important right now as we're not level 7 yet, but that sort of rhythm will build up for you. Cool. Yeah, now each one of them in turn, kind of make sure you hit that top one too before it dies. Kind of like playing Nazebo in that way. You've got them all marked. Now let's get them that auto attack. Okay. Hogger is not really looking at this. You use a lightning. The wolf misses. Oh, I think you would have had that if you didn't stealth for a hot moment. So you're making good use of the 3 auto attacks. But don't be afraid to just use Wind Fury for its movement speed either in these situations. While you spawn, let's take a look at what's going to be happening down here. Valyra actually hearthed, so you scared her off. Diablo's also hearthing, so they're not going to lose control here at all. But good on you to warn them as we keep cheating and seeing where Valyra is at the moment. And thank you for the compliment on There Will Be Dungeons. I really appreciate that, Classic Rob. Here comes our Thrall. Heading in. This is your camera angle at the moment, and it's a little on our half. I'd love to see you, kind of advance that up a little bit. I'm not sure why you're playing on so far off on your camera, but, let's look something more like this. However, you might be looking for Valyra, but then again, I'd want to see that camera kind of down here. So maybe some camera work can be cleaned up. Oh, man, you so win these fights. It's 7 so hard. And wow, you won it there too. Nice job. That level 1 talent really shining. You grabbed up Mana Tide at 4, which is basically for the mana, but cooldown reductions will help. Yep, get out there, get out there. Awesome. Now's where we start playing a little weird. And I want to see you really hitting that sort of Nazebo auto attack style. So, Frostwolf down the lane. Frostwolf, right? Frostwolf? Feral Spirit. Feral Spirit down the lane. Get a bunch of points. Building for that level 7 Ancestral Wrath. I liked your gumption there that Kael'thas showed up and you're like, no, I'm not afraid of Kael'thas. I'm gonna kick his butt. Then lightning the lane, and then one, one for you, one for you, one for you. Li Ming's visiting. Oh, that Valyra is gonna be trouble. Hogger actually wasn't ready for his own arrival there and ended up a little confused on the other side.
Good riddance.
Oh yeah, hit the root. Nice, nice. Okay. And you got the lightning out before you delivered the final auto attack, so that still was a little bit of giant killer damage into Valyra. There goes Blaze. Not totally unexpected. He is into Diablo there, and it can cause some issues. Stop. Well, that's not helpful. I'm sure Blaze didn't want to die there. Oh, spreading bombs. Okay, well, that's ultimately an issue down here because we have living bombs into 3 people who want to occupy all the same range. Orphea, Li Ming, and Ana here all kind of want to hover around the back line while they try to make their angles. And yeah, they're going to spread around some living bombs. Particularly if Blaze is dancing back by them. All right, you got the spirit, so you're going to be just fine.
I must go heal.
Okay. This is all good. Might be a little concerned, but Valyra clearly has shown that she is a little overwhelmed and has died a couple of times. So no reason to expect her to immediately show up and try to get a kill in tower range there. Nice job by Blaze. There's an Orphea kill on Diablo. That resets souls, actually. I'd just start blowing this. Use this Ancestral Wrath whenever you're in range of Hogger. It's going to come back so fast with this build you're using. And particularly if you're doing that minion trick there. But honestly, the weirdest thing is this camera angle you keep setting up for yourself. Granted, I see how you can see the lane and it's kind of your side of the map. There goes Valera. Blaze is in range. He's going to hit. Okay, there we go. There we go. So it's kind of like that ult issue we've talked about on things like Phoenix and Kael'thas in the past. You have reached a point where you would have had maybe 2 more Ancestral Wraths in between the time you cast your first one. So cast that a little more freely. You're already up to 4 stacks as well. And we'll see what your 13 is. You may be able to be popping that out of lane. Again, a little scary of a Hearth location, but Valera hasn't really shown himself to, you know, want to be a part of that. Is that a Pyroblast heading? She'll be fine, right? Oh, wow, barely. Thank goodness for level lead. Blaze loves your lane at the moment. I wonder if in Diablo with your build, actually... Oh, okay, so you have an extra wide monitor. Okay, so we're seeing like the computer squishing it in and saying you're fine, where you're actually probably like turning your head sideways and able to see way further than I can. Okay, cool. Good to know. Here comes Valera again. Yeah, pop that. Pop that Ancestral Wrath. Though you did pop it here on Valera, which is fine and nice, and you guys might get that kill. Oh, so close. Oh, wow, he re-engaged in to the lane minions that killed him. So right now, in an organized play environment, I would say that Blaze has struggled in the bottom into the living bomb spreadings, and the Diablo that might be juggling him. So it might be worth just giving Blaze your lane, and then you guys can visit as you kill Diablo, because you've got the build to kill Diablo in the first place. Great, nice use of the movement speed to get yourself out there. Cool. They'll have decent siege damage with the main Calamity build. The build's not a problem. It's just that it's going to decrease their siege damage if that is the plan. Orphea's build is also quite normal. So you have to head into Mystery Town here, of which there is a Kael'thas waiting for you. I understand your trepidation. There is Hogger, though. So you can hit this lane with a little action here. Use that button. Use that button. Yeah, rip it off. Hit him. Hit the building. Good try. Ancestral Wraths. More. And think about how you can farm them when they're not currently available. So what are you going to grab at 13? Grace of Air. Okay, cool. So that will also help give you more Frostwolf resilience. And this kind of commits to the playstyle you've been showing that you really want to hit all 3 stacks. So that's fair. That'll give you more. I think into Valera I would have gone Frostwolf Grace here and then popped it on cooldown just for more stacks. Oh, just turn on her. You're 2 levels up. You've got 13. You've got a lane collapse with you. Just show her the business.
Killing spree. Nice. Fort down.
But, you know, the announcer congratulates you. And this is fine. I mean, Kael'thas is not terribly fast at clearing this because he has to always walk into basically range in order to put out a living bomb that's going to help him. Oh, there goes Lucio. Oh, man. So that came down to you a little bit. Of course, other people missed, but we had a Sundering. We had a Lightning. Could have gotten that kill. I see that you have favorited Sundering, which I don't think is a bad idea in Plat 1 here, where you want to be a bit more of a playmaker and less of a team enforcer. Yes, the root into the 8. Okay, cool, there we go. Into the slam. Nice job, but it ruined Orphea's ult, but you don't know that because this is just Storm League. Hey, awesome. Named... Oh, I thought they were named Andros for a moment. Okay, no Star Fox allowed here. Yeah, they're pretty pushed out. Li Ming's kind of playing with them. Yes, nice Thrall in. Agreed. Valera is soaking top. I guess Hogger has maybe abandoned it in favor of team fights. The build at the moment can be seen up here. It's a pretty classic giant killer Thrall with our Ancestral Wrath, our Rolling Thunder, and then Grace of Air for the double stacks to get more of that. And you're already ready to go. I mean, look at that. You've already got another one, so I just want to keep seeing you rip those Ancestral Wraths the second someone gets in range. And for those that may not be familiar with this ability, as I've just sort of made an assumption that you know it, activate to consume 8 stacks of Ancestral Wrath, which you gain 1 stack of Ancestral Wrath every time Frostful Resilience activates, which you get when you get several stacks, 5 stacks, so it's kind of like you gotta get stacks to get stacks, and it can get really messy. There are multiple Thrall builds. Most of them are just based on what you think your level 1 is going to be like. If you're fighting in the 4-man, Crash Lightning isn't bad, but, you know, always kind of risky. And Echo of Elements is your sort of farming build when you really want late-game poke. That you might want into something like a Tracer or Genji, Li Ming. People who would otherwise get away from a skill shot hero. That plays, it was a little problematic. But no, he's good. He's good. And we eventually got in there. So if you're going to be left alone in the early game, or you're going to win your wave without any sort of issues, you can kind of put together a Echo of Elements double Chain Lightning build that'll have great poke in the late game, because you're going to go something like Thunderstorm here, which is fine. It's a great talent. We don't have the double stacks, but we also have increased number of bounces from Chain Lightning from our passive at level 1. This will give more poke and ultimately more damage into something like Valera as she walks away, or Kael'thas. So maybe Dead Center here was noting, you know, it's not really about the team fights that we're losing. It's more that Lucio, that Wiggly character, keeps getting away towards the end, and I'd like to slow them and deal bonus damage to them instead. So I'd kind of like to see you double down a little bit on your Hogger Diablo killing capabilities here. Maybe with Tempest Fury, but probably Alpha Wolf. But Thunderstorm's so easy to use. So ultimately it comes down to if you're targeting other characters. Now, number 8. Nice. Great hit by Orphea. Great commitment there. Nice. That did give you a lot of bonus damage with those stacks in order to delete that Lucio. So I do think the build has worked out well for you. Oh, yeah. There you go. Hit that with the Feral Spirit. Already at 5 again. Use that lightning, too. Because oops, that's my windows. Because you've got Mana Tide here. So you might as well just use all your spells. If you didn't go Mana Tide, then, you know, maybe we should be a little more conservative about holding on to Chain Lightning or something like that. Oh, are these my favorite showing? Oh, weird. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Oh, I like Thundering Duai. Ooh. I thought in the past they showed the individual players, but this isn't out of date after the hotfix replay, so it may have defaulted to my preferences. Oh, yeah. Get in there. Oh, yeah. There you go. You're wrecking. Fabulous. You're still sitting on your 8, though. 8 stacks. Very cool. Very dominant. Well played. And you didn't fall to the Valera Hogger, which is really, really good.
And make sure to subscribe to us
So,
on the web.
just subscribe around the web. Nice. So I think the only thing you can really improve in that case is just more of that Ancestral Wrath. More Ancestral Wrath. And kind of noting the farming that you can do off of it. And then casting it willy-nilly, because it is held back to you. But well played, well played.